Hi, this is Fernando Mastrangelo of Fernando Mastrangelo Studio. I'm at a hotel right now in New York, but I wanted to sit down and answer some of these questions. And so let's get started. Okay. First question. Let's see. Are you celebrating the natural world in your work or eulogizing it? Muy interesante. I would say that I'm probably doing both. Essentially, my work for so many years has been about nature. I've been talking about so many of the things that are now starting to happen in the world, the fires, the flooding, all the stuff that I've sort of been bringing up for a long time in my work is starting to happen. So maybe now it feels like a eulogy. But really, for me, I think it was just kind of a way for me to announce these things through the language that I use. In other words, journalists use their words in writing. I use my visual language to talk about these things. So for me, that's essentially what it is and was. And now that we're kind of confronted with all of these things happening to us in the real world, yeah, I guess it does feel a little bit like a eulogy. Good question. All right, here we go. Question número dos. What do you most need to learn? I would say the quick answer to that is patience. I don't tend to have a lot of patience. I like to move quick. I like to, change directions. I like to, so I think, yeah, patience is something that I think that I have to need to learn a little bit better. What is the best strategy you have for maintaining the exceptionally high energy levels required to produce everything you're producing? Whew. Yeah, that it really does. And I'm not, it's interesting that this question is being asked of me, but first of all, you have to have a good team. That's essentially how you maintain the energy. My personal energy is always going to fluctuate. And so when you have a good team of people around you, their energy comes into play, right? So the days that I'm not feeling it, or a week that I'm not feeling, or a month I'm not feeling, or whatever it is, I'll lean on their energy. And, so if you spread that energy out, you'll end up finding that balance to be able to keep you going, because, that's the only way that you can really do as many things as we're doing, as I'm trying to do. And so, yeah, it's really about shifting energies with people. Yeah, and making sure that the people around you keep you up and keep you excited. What is the most important project on which you're currently working on? Most important project that I'm currently working on. That's pretty easy. I am preparing for my first solo exhibition in 5 years. So I feel like after 5 years, I really want to come back and do something pretty incredible in terms of showing, what I got started on, which was really, sculptural furniture. That's my goal. That's for 2022, probably mid-year of 2022, but we're still figuring out the details. But that's what I'm ramping up to do right now. And hopefully maybe continues to do some TV stuff as well. So you made a 4,000-mile motorcycle trip between Patagonia and Santiago, Chile. What's your next big adventure? Iceland has been a place that I've been wanting to go to for a very long time and really explore it, and probably do it on a motorcycle. I just think that that's probably one of the more inspirational places on earth in terms of nature, natural beauty, the beautiful black sand beaches of Vic. I think that that's a place that really resonates with me, and that would probably be my next big adventure if I were to do it, and I would want to do it on a motorcycle. So, and maybe we'll film it. All right, last question. Let's see. What natural material most amazes you? So I think I have to go to my roots on this one, which is salt. Um, Salt is just this beautiful material that is, comes in all sorts of different forms. It can come in large chunk forms. It can come in a fine grain, sandy quality to it. I love that it has this element of life and death in it. I've always said this, but this is so cool. It's so, salt was used to preserve, and so in some ways, it would preserve meat, and it's able to, like, it's something that economies fought over. It just has this rich, interesting history. It's beautiful and white, and so you get this like beautiful crystally white, which is kind of hard. I'm always looking for a very beautiful white material, and salt always resonates for me. But the life and death aspect of it's cool. If salt sits on a surface too long, it'll corrode it, but then it gives life in other ways. It's such a deep metaphorical and rich historical material that I think that, I love using it. I think it's cool that, some of my earliest pieces use salt, and has sort of continued. I also love that, the salt water from, when you look at some of my pieces, like the drum, for example, it looks like almost like where the ocean meets the sand and the land. And I like that the salt, when we use salt, it kind of leaves a little bit of a residue on the drums over time. So it's just a living material. It sweats, if there's a lot of humidity, the material's alive. That's cool. I think that's really cool. So, yeah, listen, thanks for the questions. This was really fun. Again, I'm Fernando Mastrangelo. You can check me out on my website, on Instagram at IamFM, or on HBO, Ellen's Next Great Designer, which was one of the judges. And yeah, see you guys. Thanks.